Yeah, so we are back with the part two of the conversation. It's a press summit, so you can imagine that we would go longer than our usual time if you're watching on TV. This session is going to let us interact with our audience here, asking questions to our guests and anything that they want to add, because we are all empowered young people. And if you don't ask a question or contribute, our mentors here will be like, are they really mentoring us? But we really want to say that, yes, their mentorship has really gone so far to us. So I think let's just start with a question that they can add up to the contribution that they want to say. If you have a question or you have a contribution, who is going first? Yes, can I get the microphone? Yeah, there's someone here. Yes.
Thank you very much. Please, the question up, please. I'm an electrical student, and there's a little bit difficulty in manifold, and I want to ask, how can we motivate other ladies in a TVET?
When you say difficulty, can you be a bit specific? Is it financial difficulty or the course is difficult, or what really exactly are you finding the difficulty in?
Oh, it's just no. A lot of girls out there, they
Sure. They fear to come.
they fear to come to our fund.
Okay.
And I just want to ask. I just want to know how to motivate them.
Okay. All right. Okay. Rahina has a question. Then we just take the answers together.
It's not a question, it's like a contribution
Okay,
to the
okay.
discussion that's
Okay.
happening. Personally, I think that even though young people with the opportunities we get, we are also supposed to be responsible. But I think that before we understand, we practice. So I feel that there is always that parents need to, before our ignorance starts taking the better of us, parents need to, they need to heal that space. I'm saying this from personal experience because most of the times it happens with the way we think and the things that we face. And our parents don't create that platform for us to discuss things with them. So it becomes difficult. We send it to other people, we talk to other people, and they provide solutions for us that we later on find out that it's not the best solution. So I think that one, parents need to listen to us, and they need to really listen to us, create that opportunity for us to speak to them, so that whatever thoughts that we have in our heads, through conversations, they clear the atmosphere for us, because conversations has helped me so much. You get it. And another thing I like to talk about is I'm very passionate about STEM. And in as much as we talk about STEM, we try to promote STEM, it's limited to one field of STEM.
Okay.
For example, I did science. So everybody is expecting that I come out and I be a pharmacist,
A doctor,
I
nurse.
be a nurse. Nobody is paying attention to computer science, data science, stuff like that. Nobody is paying attention to it. So today, if I am a teacher and I say, oh, I told my mom I want to, after this, I want to switch to data analysis. She's like, no, what is that? Now you will grow old. You will be 25 by then. No man will marry you and stuff like that.
25, no one will marry you. There's no of us that
that's
old
what
women.
they think. So I think that with STEM education, we should not just be one side centered.
Yeah.
It should be everywhere, so that we can explore the options.
It should be everywhere. Diversity. So I think let's take the answers for her question. How does she encourage other young girls who want to but maybe they are afraid of some or something? Mommy, let me start with you.
Yes, thank you for the question. Yes, it's true that generally people do not like science-related programs. I will attribute that to perhaps the way we are taught science and engineering-related programs. Okay. Yes, but I'm happy that you are into it. The numbers a male-female ratio, yes, the females are very few, or in some cases, zero numbers. But it is possible to do it. And it's supposed to be a revolution like something. If you look at a study that was conducted about our numeracy and literacy, even at the basic school level, primary school level, it revealed that just 2% of our learners can read and write.
Wow.
So it's the weakness of our educational system. We should teach science in a very practical mode. You want to teach Pythagoras theorem, you come and write Pythagoras theorem. Start A, B, C. That doesn't make sense to the child. That doesn't make sense to the learner. So many people develop the hatred for the programs even before understanding them. But at our level, we should do a lot of awareness creation. We should do a lot of encouragement. We should do a lot of remedial work to be able to encourage young people to pursue science programs, to pursue electrical programs. For me, if you come, no matter how difficult it is, or no matter how full the school is, if a lady shows up to do electrical engineering or any of the engineering programs, whatever I'll do to put the fellow on,
you do it.
I will do it. There's this girl that came to my office yesterday. She was placed to do electronics engineering. And this girl has been following me that she wants to switch to electricals. They have done a semester already, but these are related areas. So I did it for her. Another one wanted to do plumbing, but was placed under the catering department. Then the father said, if you should dare denounce catering and go for plumbing, I will disown you. It came to my desk. I invited the father. I told the father, my degree is in building construction. I am seated here as a principal. Don't you think that your daughter can follow her passion and also be a principal one day? So in that discussion, he gave in, and the girl is now happily doing a plumbing and gas fitting. It is slow, but little by little, if we all encourage our young women that it is doable, we stop saying that, oh, this thing is for men alone. Are you a man? Women don't come here. Let's discourage that, and let's parents give the learners very young the right environment to be able to pursue STEM and TVET programs. And my sister at the back said we should open up. Yes, I agree that we should open up. But when we open up, also listen to counsel, because sometimes we open up, we discuss, but the young people don't take it.
Our ears are hard.
They don't take it. they don't want to go the way they have been advised to go. And there's wisdom in the saying that what an elderly person will sit and see, the young fellow, even if you climb the tallest tree, you will not see. I deal with many young people. Now, our enrollment is close to 3,000. Those are the regular ones, apart from. And when you engage them, they appear to be repeating the very mistakes we are correcting them. And I have a feeling that the young people are not listening. I spend all my time just engaging the one-on-one. Like, I come to their level for us to talk as friends. I spell out everything for them. These are the issues, and these are the options. Which one do you want? Before you, they would pretend to be going the right way, but behind you, they go.
And
You
swap
see the
again.
door. You are scaling the wall. You don't need anybody as a young fellow. You don't need anybody as a young fellow to tell that climbing or scaling the wall when there's a gate. Already, you know you are going into crime, and that is not the way. Yes, we will listen to you, but when we listen to you and advise you, take the advice and things will
When they
work with
advise us, let's listen. Some of us are ears are too hard. Any other contribution?
Can I add to,
Okay.
the issue of that what can she do?
Let Hajia
She said that what should she do to motivate? You have to also live by example yourself. I don't know whether you yourself you are happy for the course you are doing. Yes, if you are passionate and you are showing it by evidence everywhere you find yourself, you see pride in what you are doing, and there's happiness in you. It attracts people to you. You get it? So you need to be a role model yourself in the field you have found yourself, and make sure that you are convincing more people that it is worth going into it. Now, the issue of opening up the STEM, the STEM. You see, I know some time ago when the word agricultural value chain came into existence, what we had to do was to go into breaking it down. When we say agri value chain, if you take production, what are the job opportunities there? So if the STEM is a value chain, there are a lot of opportunities along that value chain that we may have to identify and break it down. And say that when we say science, these are the job options under science. Do you get it? These are job options under science. Technology, these are the job options under technology. Engineering, these are the job options. It's not only the doctor, the nursing. Sometimes the chain must be broken down clearly for people to see, for your parents to understand that for this, everybody has a level they can go. Me, I did science, but I didn't end up as a doctor or a nurse because I got stuck somewhere along the line. But there are other options within the science that I can continue with. Do you get it? So it is like that. Each of these courses has different opportunities that it comes along with, but we must open it up and we must share that information as much as possible. Okay. Be proud of your profession. I'm sure there are a lot of people who like young people, young female electricians.
Before she comes
it's
in,
important.
I have something to add. Yes, there are several career opportunities. More than 200 career opportunities in the TVET sector. Correct. Some of them are getting choked. Others are emerging. I have a document on that was commissioned by TVET, Commission for TVET, the regulator for TVET practices in Ghana. I mean, if there's an opportunity for us to share, we could work on that to make it available. But it also comes back to the career counseling information. Many people do not have this information, and because of that, when they hear about them the first time, they demonstrate some resistance. My own niece, she lives with the mother at US. She is a science student doing very well. Before she finished her high school, several universities were chasing her to give her scholarship. This girl said she will not do medicine. She wants to do biomechatronics. Don't mind that big word. It's just those that apply the scientific principles to make equipment for the health sector. That is the name of their
manufacturing, maybe
you'll be manufacturing your lenses, incubators, as you have mentioned, and other health-related equipment will be what that is what she wants to do.
So that's STEM and TVET together.
Yes, that's in fact I use them interchangeably.
Yeah.
Grammar education is what stands alone.
Yeah.
But STEM and TVET, we are together. They are all training, encouraging hands-on training.
Yeah.
They are all encouraging innovation and invention and what have you. So I see very little difference. I see more similarities between STEM and TVET than difference.
Let me take some contributions. Okay, someone has the microphone. Let's test that.
So mine is a contribution. You realize that there's a high increase in unemployment in the country. Most of us in the universities don't have this hands-on practicals. So when you are done with school, you find it difficult if you don't get employment from the government sector. So my little advice is that if you are in the university or you've even graduated, why don't you learn a skill now you are in school, so that after graduation you don't wait on someone to employ you. You can use your skill to be earning for yourself, or even before graduation, if you are perfect in your skill, you can use it to be earning for yourself. And a typical example is Fachu Garment. I don't know if most of us have heard about it. She's a degree holder, but she has branched into fashion. She's making garments. I don't think she wants to go back to work for someone again. This is someone who has earned her skill, and now maybe her degree is just helping her to push her to serve as motivation for others. But then she learned the skill and she's using it. She will not wait for government. Unemployment is not an issue for her. So my contribution is that as young people who are not learning the vocational training, we are not learning skills, we can also learn alongside the skills while we are in school, so that after graduation we don't have to wait for government to employ us. We can do something on our own.
All right. Any other? Yes. I think. Take the use the microphone. If not.
Thank you. And to add up to what she just said earlier, whilst we are in school, let's assume that you graduated and you are employed, and you have a certificate in TVET, or you learned something whilst you were in school. So assuming that you are taking salary from the government sector, as well as making more money from the TVET sector, double tracking. So that means you are achieving in two ways. So meaning you can be able to do anything you want in the world, because you are achieving from the government sector as well as achieving from the TVET as well. So any situation you have in hand or any emergency, you can as well overcome that. Thank you.
It's like I'm enjoying the pre-summit. I just don't know what will happen at the main summit. I'm getting very, yes, someone.
I
Yeah,
actually
great
have two
contributions.
questions.
Okay.
One is, I want to find out what I should be doing when I see a potential in someone and I know that person can do it, but he or she refuses to listen. Then the second one is, what are you doing as a technical institution to reduce the way the youth think about the technical training or TVET?
Okay. I think there are one or two contributions or questions in. Let's just take that.
Yes.
Then they will come. Yeah.
My is I do plumbing.
Oh, please, camera, take care very well for me. I want my viewers to know. This is a woman. Please let me highlight. This is a woman who is doing plumbing. Nice.
Plumbing and tiling.
You alone.
Yes.
Yes.
You can
Nice.
see my eye here. I just fell in doing
Observe
like,
safety
Protocols.
precautions.
Department of I've forgotten how we call them. Department of Factory Inspectorate. They'll have to come and do a safety education for you. But go ahead.
I do plumbing. And first, I just want to share my experience when I was going to learn this thing. What I come across, and when I put myself into that, what I gain.
Yeah.
Yes. When I was coming to do this thing, I'm married. I have 3 children. And when I was about to do, there was some NGOs, we not. Yes. When I was going to it, my father-in-law and my mother-in-law was telling my husband not to just allow me to go. If not, I will go there for men.
Kadosh.
And my husband said, okay, you are going to do it. It's a main job. If you are going, then you should pack your things. I tell her no. I told him no problem. I want to do it for myself and for my future. And when I started, I was like, hey, so can I do this thing? Because I have never even heard of somebody saying that I wanted to do plumbing and I'm a lady. But I said, oh, I have to do it.
After all, men have two hands, they have two legs. God created them. And the same thing to me. When they cut them, blood comes out from their skin. And myself, blood comes from my skin. I put myself to it. And now I've graduated, I have my certificate, and I'm getting something from plumbing. Highly.
So those who are against you, how do they feel now?
Yes. When I was doing this, immediately I stopped this. We graduated. When I came back from home, my father-in-law is a farmer. So one day he was seriously digging to fence his garden. Unfortunately, he broke a pipe. He was like, "Hey, they call me Moshi. Hey, Moshi, come now, come now."
So he called you to come and do it for him.
Come now.
Wait, the one who was against you.
Yes, my father-in-law.
Yes, broke a pipe and now called you to come and fix it.
Fear God and come, help me.
So you fixed it.
I said, Baya, I'm a lady. You say I can't do this thing, but let me just come and do it for you. So can you dig? I said, you wait, I'm coming. I put on my helmet, my gloves, and my goggles, and I get my gloves.
And you went to work.
I finished everything. He was like, so these 2 months that we went to Tipole for this training, you know, I said yes. He didn't believe. We was having one lady who got her hand wash basin blocked. He told her, try this girl and see. She said she can do it.
So he's not even marketing you
For trial.
When I went and I did it. And even just the night I was just lying down, somebody, this thing, shower head fell down.
Yeah.
And the bathroom was full of water. She called me. I was even sleeping around 9. I went and I fixed it for him. I said, oh, I just need
start
customers.
charging.
So she said, oh, charge me.
Make money out of your skill.
And she said, okay. I said, so I just want to brand myself. I'm not looking for money now.
You
Just want to
should.
brand myself.
Hey, you should.
She said, okay, let me come. She came with 200 Ghana cedis just in my
Wow.
I took it.
It's a great story, if I might say. You've actually done well.
Yes.
And I think that anyone watching us and watching her, there is no barrier. Like, I want to add something to that, because someone could have said that to save my marriage.
Yeah.
My husband is against me, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, let me just leave. But you have to keep pursuing, because if you do not, like as he broke the person's pipe, they will come and meet him there crying he has not even repaired it. So I think it's an amazing thing. Let's answer her question.
Yeah.
About please, Miri, if you kind me. Your question is about
I wanted to find out what I should be doing. When I see a potential in someone, then I know the person can do, but the person
it's not listening. Okay. Secondly,
And the second one is, what are you doing as a technical institution to reduce the way the youth are thinking about the technical training?
okay. Let me start from you.
As for your second question, it could apply elsewhere, but in my institution, it's the reverse. We are now, because of that, for 2 years now, we haven't done enrollment drive.
They are just coming.
They are coming and coming in their numbers, and the learners themselves are the communicators. They go to the communities to tell the people about what they do, what they see, and members of the community also come in to see what they can do and are doing. On the 20th of July, we were privileged to host the U.S. ambassador to Ghana. We organized some exhibitions of students' work for her to see. She was so excited. Whilst they arrived, creative arts people were on a live project, just doing the job on the on spot as they arrived. The auto department arranged what they had done in their department. All departments, we have 20 departments, all of them showcase whatever they had. and it was an exciting something. I only wish that we had more access so that we'll go back to the basic level to tell our daughters there that it is possible to do electricals here, it's possible to do electricals in the Bukwa, and now we have a very world-class electrical and electronic workshop. Unfortunately, space is the issue, and that one is bigger than just one institution or our activities. Your second question talks about if you talk to someone and the fellow is not listening, what should you do? Usually it's easier when the fellow listens and you now have to pursue the trade. But if the fellow is not interested, it becomes difficult. People are driven by their passions. But that is not the end. We could recommend other professionals like counselors to come in, the family to come in, or role models, people who are doing well in the sector to come in, or to explain further the prospects and benefits the fellow could derive from pursuing that program. My dear sister, which level did you do your electricals, or have you done your electricals?
How many technical?
You didn't do electricals at SS in Dabokwa. Dabokwa is not SS. Yes. Be confident about yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't work, people cannot sleep in their rooms. Be confident about yourself. Yes, I was going to talk about Win Off to You. In that very function in our school on the 20th, we also displayed the Win Off girls. The ambassador was so excited to see girls in engineering, and because of that, USAID is going to pay for further training for them, 2 more months training for them, and also pay for Energy Commission to examine and certify them. So if you have, which year are you? Level 200. When you are getting to final year, they are here for 5 years. When you are getting to final year, let's talk so that you could also enroll and get licensed by Energy Commission. My sister, what program are you doing in the university?
I'm offering
Doctor of Medical Laboratory Science.
Yes.
And
I
you,
want to learn a skill.
and you, yes, it's good. Some of our programs in the universities need to be rebranded or changed. When I used to be HR, there was this boy that appeared before me and said he did communication innovation. I said, what is that? When I pushed him, it appeared like English. So if it's English, we don't have English teachers in the system. Why won't UDS just brand it BA English or B.Ed English? And I can imagine the thousands of students that have gone through. And in the world of work, the competition is so huge that nobody is going to spend time trying to analyze or rationalize communication innovation. Another one is the IDS. I'm not condemning anybody's degree, but we are looking at reality. There are some programs, if you enroll on them, you are just walking in the direction of unemployment. Because before you start the program, look at your job prospects. If you don't have answers, please don't do it. And it brings us back to the career counseling I was talking about, and we'll continue to make reference to. Don't do it if you don't have answers. And if you have answers that you are satisfied, yes, we can train a lot of skilled people and even begin to export them so that they can go to other places. other parts of the world to work and bring us their income to help develop Ghana. And I like the fact that our sister talked about an additional skill. Even our students, I encourage them to do. Don't say you came here for building construction alone. So when they are doing plumbing, you are not. You are not worried. Don't say you came here for electrical. So when the building people are, you could have a socket to fix that will need some dressing. And that is where, if you have a skill in plastering, it will help you. You could have a socket, you could have something to do with plumbing when the pipe is broken. You could have something to do with masonry when the pipe is broken. And if you can do it yourself, it's lots easier for you than to now finish your part and looking for another fellow to do it. Apart from the convenience, there's only the monetary advantage. And I'll tell you my personal story. I started doing business as early as age 8 with my mother. The early ones was for my mother. But when I went to university, I was selling throughout. So I never lacked. I would buy things from here to school to sell, and bought things from school here for people to sell for me. So I had money at home and I had money in school while schooling. We already mentioned that people should open their eyes to see opportunities and don't downplay any skill. Don't downplay any skill. It can be sewing, it can be whatever. Once it will bring you legal money, please pursue it.
Money, I like that aspect. Once it will bring you money. Sometimes I think I also need to learn a skill, or the only skill I know how to do is to talk. I don't know what else to do again. Let's take a break. When we are back, we take the last set of questions and wrap up on this edition. Do stay tuned.
Books by Pastor A.L. Fant. They are inspired by the Holy Spirit, simple to comprehend, relevant in application, and so lovely to read. Grab copies like Dynamics of Kingdom Influence, Dynamics of Ministry, Mark is King for Church Workers, Money Matters, and she calls herself a woman. This marriage must work. No more curses. Loaded mouth. Secrets of kingdom dominion. The exploits of service. Things fall apart. Church without bleeding pulpit. Singles mingle, and many more.
Yes, we're still here at the Pride Summit. We're trying to understand what the main event will be all about. I think that this alone, if you watch this one alone, you've been gotten so much about what would happen at the main summit. Let me take some contributions and we come back and wrap up. So let me start from Madam Humima.
Thank you very much. I'm coming from the informal sector, and there are a lot of challenges the informal sector is facing. One is startup kits. When the apprentices they graduate, they find it difficult to start up. And when you look at the formal sector, there is a policy. My school like this, if the students are graduating, there is a policy that the final year students are being given startup example machine. So I want to find out from Madam, what policy or what can we do to support stakeholders, to support the informal sector, especially the apprentices who are graduating from their masters, or just like what they are doing to the formal sector. And the second question is, I did another monitoring. And sometimes when you go and ask, where is this apprentice? They said 3 of them are pregnant and they have stopped coming. So we have our able, hardworking Hajia here. So that how can we collaborate with the informal sector to educate them about the reproductive health? Thank you very much.
Next person, Magdalene is behind there. Let's take her contribution. So Madam Humema have been very seriously about educating more young, like in the informal sector, asking them and encouraging them to stay at the job or on the field. Yes, Magdalene, let's have you.
Mine is on the issue of this society pressure. Most of our, I seem to say our mothers, they try to give more pressure to the females that you should go into marriage, go into marriage. Most of the parents, they try pushing them into marriage when they have not planned their self towards the marriage stage. So what I'm trying to add up is that most of our females should try to say no to certain things. Let's try to empower ourselves first. Try to find something to do for yourself before you do. And the other aspect is that age is just a number. You can see someone who will be within maybe 20 to 25. They say, oh, time is going. You are waste. What are you doing? So try as much as possible. Just ignore all those things and try and put your necessary best to do something. Find something for yourself. When the right time comes, you'll be able to get it.
Great.
The episode we did before this one was we're just talking about marriage. What is this and about this marriage thing? They should leave us alone. Like, anyone else? Yes, so from there it goes this way. Yeah.
So mine is a suggestion about people who get into this TVET. And first, I would like to share my own experience. I'm a mechanical engineer as well as a welding technician.
Wow.
So when you come to our field, there are a lot of people who come to work, or a lot of young people coming into this field to learn and stuff. But then when they come to the shop, they do nothing. They come and sit around. See, they come and sit around with their phones, taking pictures. I'm very photogenic, but then sometimes some people overdo it. It's more of the picture than the job. You see them on social media everywhere. Hey, I'm a welder. Hey, I'm a this. But then if you come to the shop, they ain't doing nothing. And then someone, maybe an employer would see them, what they are doing there. Next time, another person comes to seek for a job and it's like, we already have one of you here, especially with the girls. We already have one of you here, but here she's not doing anything. And sometimes because she's a girl, they don't want to be too harsh on you and need to be like, you're a girl. They are trying to accommodate more girls into this sector.
So if you are harsh,
it will push you away. So my suggestion is, if you are interested in TVET, any of the sector you are interested, if you are going there, go with the mind and will that you are going to do this, not just for going sake. Or some go there because they have nothing doing at
Keep
home.
the word, be disciplined.
Be disciplined,
That
man.
is all you are
Don't go
trying to
there and
say.
spoil some of us.
Discipline.
Our brand.
Where are you, please? Where are you?
I'm currently helping at practice.
Gratis. You are working or you are helping?
Yeah.
What's your level?
I did mechanical engineering at Government University. Also working with
HND level or inter? Okay. All
That's
right.
nice. Yes.
Okay. When I'm going to talk, remind me about your case.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Mine is a contribution. And I want to just add up to what Adia have said about the domestic violence, especially the young ones. The lack of news make the young ones get pregnant. And what I want to add is, what we have learned here, we shouldn't keep it to ourselves. We should go out and share with the young ones. Especially we those that are in town or cities, our case is different. But when you move out or you go to the villages, what you see there is something that I can't tell. So we shouldn't keep it to ourselves. We should go out and then teach the young ones to how to protect themselves and keep themselves.
Thank you too.
Thank you for the opportunity. Mine is a question. Please, what are you doing about our honorable people in the villages? Because they don't know anything about it.
Okay.
Thank you for the opportunity. We all are talking about meeting our dreams, and I think if SRH, we lack SRH, most of our dreams will not be met. And the SRH is sexual reproduction health communication. Sometimes our parents and stakeholders feel like it's inappropriate to talk to us about sexual issues. I had a friend, she lost her parents at a very tender age. and her family were luring her into a forced marriage. So all the man wanted was her to bear children for her and all those stuff. So she confided in me. And back at SHS, one workshop was done, Mary Stoops. So I took her there and they had some conversations and they did certain things for her. And her dream was to become a nurse. And now she's a nurse and she's working. So with the SRH, we can be able to meet our dreams and also avoid STDs and other stuff.
It's amazing, and how young people are open-minded. I see a lot of open-mindedness today. It's like we have come to accept that we have to fight for some of these things ourselves. If not, we are just going to remain stagnant. We've had a question on the vulnerable. What can we do for the vulnerable? We had another question. I think that was just the only question that we had. Yes, so we'll just pick these two questions and you add up to your final words and we wrap up. Let me start with Mommy. Yeah.
Okay. You were trained by WINOP. There's something called RPL, Recognition of Prior Learning, that will assess you, and based on your capacity, you will be placed in the qualification framework, the level that your competencies would have matched, so that you can be certificated at that level to be able to continue. Because I see you are very excited about your trade, and I think that you should pursue it. And if you want to help, come to the VUCA. We have a plumbing department. Just you do the RPL and continue to work with the teachers who have perhaps deeper experiences in the plumbing. Then you can build your skill in that area. We have a few plumbers in the system, especially a female plumber. I'll be happy to groom you to a level that you can even be a staff in the school. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Then
yes, so I
the
think
next one is startup part. Madam, whoever knows the answer. Well, in the formal sector, yes, it's difficult, but sometimes some NGOs come in to support. But even in the formal sector, we don't give our students startup packs. It's not good, but that is what pertains in our system now. So we encourage parents who can afford to get startups for their learners even when they enroll, so that as they practice in the school, they go home and they have equipment to also practice. When they have to go for workplace experiential learning, they also have their tools to go and practice. But ideally, on completion, you should have your startup part to be able to set up yourself to practice. The other one had to do with, reproductive health. Yes, it is part of our curriculum at the formal sector. And we are also lucky to have partners like Mata, what's the name of the other one? Comfort, and other organizations that send us young people to come and support our learners. So maybe if you lace up with Mata Inspired Foundation and Comfort, you could have their officials stop by your place to be able to help these young ones in the area of sexual reproductive health. My other sister wanted to...
The vulnerable.
Okay, the vulnerable. I'm interested in your matter too.
Okay.
And the vulnerable, every part of Ghana belongs to a district. Yes, and in the district, you could have a TVET school there. In the past, we had just 4 TVET schools from the formal sector, but now that MVTI has rolled in, there will be some few still that do not have TVET institutions. But as we have started spreading the message, let's all keep talking about it, like my sister suggested, so that if you have young people there, encourage them to enroll, and now every TVET school is benefiting from the free SHS policy, so that nobody sits behind under the pretext of I don't have money to drop out of TVET education. They should let's talk to them, let's get them to go to the schools and ask for enrollment, but they must be basic school graduates. Yes, but the informal sector also exists. They should still go to the TVET school. Sometimes we have partners that come to support people who are not from the formal sector, so that they can benefit from some TVET training. TVET is the way. I'm just using this opportunity to do my last words. TVET is the way, and let's continue to talk TVET. Let's continue to preach TVET in our mosque, in our churches, in our communities. Let's talk to our young people to consider TVET, because it is the way. When I ask myself, in my reflections, when I ask myself, there are over 40,000 young people that are going to write senior high school. Where are they going? Where will they go after that? Then, you begin to feel that we should even move faster than we are moving, because the unemployment issue is a national security issue. It's a disaster in waiting. Fortunately, TVET is just around. Why don't we consider it? And sometimes I am tempted to even think that we should convert some of our secondary schools to technical schools. So that as many as possible of these people can be handed some skills, so that those who cannot continue, they would have some skills to be able to sustain themselves, instead of going through secondary education, finishing, not making it, and hanging. What vacancies, if you put Ghana Public Service or everybody on payroll, public sector together, the number is not more than, it's nothing to write home about, as against those of us that are looking for it. So let's consider TVET more seriously, so that many of our young people can get their livelihoods. Thank you.
We have barely 6 minutes to wrap up. Unfortunately, it just looks like time is just going. Hajia, your final word.
That's true. My final word is to say that reproductive health is a very strategic intervention that we don't need to lose sight of when we are dealing with young people, and we want them to be responsible, and want them to see a better future for themselves. Because with that knowledge, they have capacity to make correct decisions for themselves and pursue their future. And we are happy that now a lot more parents are even beginning to also, even though it's still not at the rate that we would have wished, but education is also going on to a lot of parents that know we just cannot allow our children to be taught by outsiders. We ourselves need to be more responsible than we are. It's not going to be easy to go into this full scale, but it's also opening now. So we need to take advantage of that. So it's important as an organization for us, we do more what we call demand driven. There's nobody who comes to us and say that I want you to come and say this time, we don't come. So it's a demand driven thing. So you demand it, we provide service for you. So it's important that the informal sector, when some foundation wanted support, we went there, we provided. So it's important. There, people take it serious because they needed it and they have asked for it. Now, to conclude, I just want to say that the future that we are all looking for is the future that you hold. You are holding that future, and you are going to determine the direction of the future. And we want you to go the right direction. The right direction is the TVET. You know, recently, Professor Professor Steve Adai made a statement that the woman who sells plantain, the one that they call
roasted, yes,
that he makes more income in a month than probably a very high paid civil servant. You get it?
Yes.
Now, if you want to understand why we should do the TVET way, is because if you are building a house and you reach a stage where they say electrical and they bring you
The
bills
bill, you understand.
and they tell you that we are buying this, me, I don't understand them, so I will pay. So even if you double it, I don't know. I don't know whether you get it. So that is a profession that brings instant cash. TVET gives people money. So if you are a young person, you want to be enjoying life, that is the way to go. Do you get it? You are a young person, you want to enjoy yourself, you want to wear nice things, you want to appear, you want to live comfortably. You need your own income. And the only option you have is use your God-given talent. Identify it as early as possible, build on it, work on it, get what we call the right attitude for it. Like she said, you have the right attitude, you're already almost there. Then you have the right skill. And to get the right skill, you identify this attitude that I have for this profession, this passion. How do I get skills to implement that? So you look for the right school to attend. You get it? Then that will give you the right skills, and then you get the knowledge to back that.
Okay.
Then you can achieve, you can excel, you can enjoy life to the comfort, and as a woman especially, please take the TVET option as important as any other choice you make in your life. Take it as a choice for the type of husband you want.
Hey.
Yes, because you miss that opportunity to empower yourself, and you are giving yourself for violence if you are not lucky throughout your life. Imagine, every time I tell people, if averagely you marry at 25 years and you have 75 years to live, 50 years of your life, if you are not lucky, you are offering nothing in that marriage. You are going to be crying throughout 50 years of your life. Is that what you want to ask for yourself?
Okay.
You don't need that. And it is a choice you have to make. Make that choice and transform your life around like she did to herself.
Yeah, let's make the choice.
Transform your life around like she is doing to herself. Transform your life around like she has done to herself. Like all of you sitting here, you are making choices to transform your life. Don't allow single Max Pro, whatever they say it, to turn that life around again because you want to live a life of enjoyment, but you don't want to earn it. You make those options and you make the life and you are off. Please, TVET, 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 TVET,
Yeah,
TVET,
yeah.
TVET,
Thank
TVET.
you.
Thank you very much.
I mean, the final words.
Madam has said so much. Let's end our comfort.
Yeah.
Let's not want to ride on the back of people's earnings. You can do it. You are able to do it. Just look at the list of programs and see which one appeals to you and get yourself enrolled at a place that you can do that. I would share with Madam Martha a list of programs. She is often in touch with people like you, so that you get to know many more programs that we usually are not open to. Here, when we hear TVET, we just think there is woodwork and block work and that's it. There are over 2,000 job opportunities, and we'll make that available to Matter Inspired Foundation so that as we meet now and in the future, we'll continue to share to be able to propagate the gospel to as many young people as possible so that they can become like us or better than us in the future.
Oh my goodness. I am just imagining what to expect at the main summit because it's just been like 2 hours of conversation and we actually wish we had more time. So if you're watching us on Facebook, this is the end of the press summit. It will be aired on TV later. Maybe you'll be watching this on TV as well, even on YouTube at Matter Inspire. At any point that you are watching this, I believe that the lessons that have been carved out of this is something that is really going to help you and build you to become a more better person. I have been speaking with Hajia Alima Sajito. She is the Executive Director for Sweda Ghana, and Madam Mariama Mahama. She is the Principal for the Bopat Technical and Vocational Institute here in Tamale. The Youth Empowerment Summit, that is the main summit, would be on Saturday, August 20th, 8 a.m. sharp at the Sanctuary of Wind and Fire Assemblies of God Church here in Tamale, opposite King David Junction, 50 meters off the Camberley to Nile Road. It's a free event. Come in, learn, network, and you understand that at the build relationship, you will understand at the end of the day, there's something that you will take out of that event. Let me go through the speakers again. The chairperson is Mr. Mumini Suleimana, Madam Georgina Asare-Fiegwenu, Bella Mundi, Felicia Edem Atipo, and Joe Jackson. I believe that you see the pictures and their names on the screen as you watch. Thank you very much to MTN Ghana for being our main sponsor, UNICEF for supporting, Shoot TV and Wind and Fire Media for being our media partners, APA Multimedia for the production of the pre-summit, and of course the main summit as well. BU by Bellamundi, Ride Go, Nat, Twillium, Inshira Travel and Tour, Moontouch Travel and Tour, Sweda Ghana, Events Happen G. So Moontouch, you can just get in touch with them on their social media handles. They are doing a promotion for those who want to go to watch the Black Stars in Qatar. So just go Moontouch, international air tickets, domestic air tickets, holiday packages, hotel bookings, visas, anything. Moontouch Travel got you covered. Just get in touch with them and all your traveling needs and services will be sorted out. So see you at the Youth Empowerment Summit. My name is Martha Anabila.